A very bright and breezy day to you, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube land. What an absolutely glorious day to be on the bike. Look at that. So we are up at Scrabble Tower in Newton Arts. You can't see it in a minute, but you'll get a shot on the way out of the car park. And as always, let's start things off with a shot of the big girl. There she is in all her splendour. Looking as fantastic as always. It really is a hell of a good looking machine, aren't they? The old Tiger 1200s. Absolutely beautiful. So, being such a beautiful day, let's get you out and see a bit of the countryside, folks. So, give me a minute or two to get her going, and then we'll have a quick look at Scrabble Tower, and then hit the road. So like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, there she is in all her splendour, Scrabble Tower. She's a hell of a landmark for the people that live in the peninsula. We get to see her every day. And it's located right here at the top end of the Stratford Lock on the Irish Peninsula. And there's the Locky there. Newton Ards is just down here, Cumber just over there. So I'll give you a quick, and this is a lovely wee spot here for you to come up, park, picnic, and then you can walk up to the tower for a better view yourselves if you want to expect an even more spectacular view of the peninsula. But that's only what 200 metres if that, but it's all uphill, and there is no way in God's green earth I could make a what like that in my current condition with the spinal injury and that. But hopefully L360 will pick it up on the way down the hill here. So, Scrabble Tower. It was built in the late 1700s by a fella who served in the Napoleonic War. Came back to Northern Ireland and married into a real money. He married into money. He married into the Stuarts, the family that owns Mount Stuart at the time. There's something stupid like 1,100 tenant farmers at the time, and the amount of acres they owned was just absolutely ridiculous. But of course, with everything in Northern Ireland, it ended up being over budget and was never finished until the late 1800s. Give me a second, folks. I've never been down this wee road. I think we'll go down here. Hey, let's go down this wee road and have a look. For it is such a nice day, and I am in no great rush. So, like we're saying, yeah, it was never finished for the contractor underestimated, and then it started going over budget and then way over budget, and eventually the contractor went bankrupt for it's the usual story, folks. 250 years later, and it's the same story. Half the contractors are absolutely useless, and then the good ones you can't get the height off because they're not much of a demand. And then, as always, it's the working class, the taxpayers that are paying for the toffs, as always. So there you go, quarter of a century, folks, and nothing has changed. It's the hard-working muppets like our good sales paying for the toffs, and all the dignitaries. A load of bollocks, to be honest with you, but sure. That's do you know, God, I've never been in there either. Ooh, we'll have to have a wee look there someday. But that was Scrabble Tower. So Where was it then? It was never. Sorry, I'm rambling on, but here I keep getting distracted. So it never finished. It wasn't finished until the late 1800s, where it was eventually handed over to the National Trust in I think 1930s or something like that there. And again, as always, even to this very day, they still can't get it right. It's still partly unfinished. It's requiring hundreds of thousands to get it finished and all that paper and again, it's just so representative of the absolute uselessness of today's governments and stuff. And it's sure, but that's another story. Today is too nice a day to be worried about crap like that. So let's get out and I'll show you a bit of the countryside. How's that? You can. That'll take you the whole way past Crabatower and into the top end of the Newton Ards. Oh Christ, there was an accident this morning. Go that way, it'll be easiest. For that, it'll take you past all that crappy traffic down on the HO Carriageway. Alright, all the best. Good point. Forgot that road was closed. Sure. We'll go have a look. I know where we're at. Handy enough, that one there. That is handy enough, that one there. So, that brings us back onto the dual carriageway. So I should have went the other way. Oh well, that's what it is. Right folks, I think I'm going to pull a fast one here, for I know that the bypass is chocker-blocker. So let's take a wee trip through the town to avoid all that bloody traffic. Right, this will be the most boring scenery in the world for you, so I'll switch his back on when we come to some decent scenery. I'll speak to you in a bit, folks. Not a soul on the road and they eclipse the hedge. Welcome back folks, and we are on the old coastal road between Cumber and Killinchy, or Cumber and Killaloe should I say, sorry, my apologies. The last time I was down this road it was probably February, and it was cold, wet and rather slippy, and the difference to come back on a warm, sunny, dry day is just chalk and cheese. My God, it is amazing. Still as bumpy as hell, but a real pleasure to ride. Now this is, I don't think you can get any more rural if you tried. This is beyond the backwoods. Where even the tractors have got big floaty tyres on, but still, nevertheless, absolutely beautiful part of the country. Look at that. Jesus. Is that the Horners, boys? It is. It's not. It's young Will I Am. It's Willie Steele. What are they up to? Well, they're spreading some sort of poo, that's for sure. Lucky enough I haven't got a whiff of it yet. But I dare say it won't be long before you get a good noseful. And it's not William's crew. Don't know who the hell that is, but that's sure not my problem. But oh my giddy aunt, look at that for a view. My God. Here, if there's any van lifers ever get to view the channel, this is the road to come when you're looking for the Irish Peninsula. Look at that. Views to the left, views to the right. I really am super hopeful I turned the 360 on, but sure. Good grief. And there's the mountains in the background there. Right, you'll have to forgive me folks, but I really do need to concentrate on what I'm doing here. How you doing? This is this is country life, folks. You gotta just slow down and let the local crew do what they're doing. And this stupid woman in front really has problems staying out of the hedge. Good God, man. You definitely don't want to be hammered down here. No. And look at that. Yeah, once again. What is it? The eaves. Look at that, man. Good God. I tell you, you couldn't pay for views like that. Not in the slightest. How you doing? Good Lord. That is disgustingly beautiful. And of course I just missed a gear. Do I edit it out or don't I edit it out? That's the big question. Nah, of course I won't. I shall post the fulfil. But the views might be spectacular, ladies and gentlemen, but I can guarantee you the road is not. Bumpy is an understatement. Oh, thank God, she's away. I had no idea this was here. Where are we? Remnants Castle. State Care Monument. There we go. There's a bit of a monument there, folks. And yet another spectacular view on the other side of the road. Good grief. Do you know, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gigolos. I had no idea this was here. I have never, for the love of me, been down this road at all because I've never had to. See, once you sit your ass on a bike, the places it'll take you is unbelievable. It really is. Ooh, hello. Residents only. Ah. Right, got you. So that is the end of the road. Right, we shall continue onwards. Onwards and upwards. Actually, give me a second, folks. Oh. Stop for a bit of another view. How is that? Tell you what, let's have a gander. What do you say to that? Let's have a bit of a gander. Oh dear Lord. Now we'll turn the 360 off while we're here, sure. Right, obviously under lock and key, so this is as far as we'll go. Or it's, oh no, you can get in there, it's not locked. There you go, let's have a look. My key hassle, please no. Yeah, you don't need any of that there. But look at that. How is that for a view? Right. Turn you off for 5 minutes or so. Mahee Monument on the Bay of Awesomeness. My good God, I had no idea. Absolutely no idea this was here. So there you go. Right, I'll switch these back on when I find somewhere else awesome. Oh, there we go. There's the Ballydorn Lighthouse. There's a lovely wee shot of White Rock Marina. And we are not too far away from one of the most famous pubs in Northern Ireland. The legendary Daft Eddie's. Do you know, I would say I'm a little bit packaged, but I'm not paying £15 for a battered fish and chip. But there you go, Daft Eddie's on the left there. One of the few pubs that are still accessible by boat by the loch and road. Do you know, we are in the most remote part of the Ards Peninsula, but yet that place is always packed because it's a real touristy spot. And it's handy for you got parking here for your picnics and the toilets and all sorts. Not to mention you still get toilets all over in the pub and whatnot. So there we go, the lovely, lovely hamlet of White Rock with Daft Eddie's pub and the marina and the Ballydorn Lighthouse. Not a half bad view at all, folks. And you know, the sun's still out, but there's a lovely, lovely wee breeze coming through the helmet here. It's absolutely glorious. And of course, being in the country, keep to the speed limit. And there's another part of the marina there. Oh, to have the money to have a boat, a bike and a car, huh? Not a chance in my lifetime, that's for sure. But who needs it when you have a Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Pro? I've seen smaller horses and shower horses. Anywho, let me see. So another wee scenic spot on the Ards Peninsula. The lovely wee hamlet of White Rock. Where's the next one? Killinchy. Sure, we'll take you to the castle. Let you have a look at that. Here she is, folks. The castle herself. So this one was built in the early 1700s, and it is one of the only, no, in fact, no, it's the longest or the oldest castle to still be in residence in the country. And the folk who built it in the style of the French castles. So it's very, very, very nice indeed. I don't know what the fuck this bus driver is in here. Sure. Let's see if we can't squeeze over for a better look. Here we go. Crazy races. But there we go. Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, I'll stop here for a break and we'll have a quick look at the castle. So, like I was saying, built in the early 1700s in the style of a French castle, and is the oldest castle that's still in residence today. Absolutely stunning wee place. Right, that'll do it for that one, and I shall talk to you lot at the next stop. Look at that one, that's just screams royalty. Again, us Muppets paying for that lot through tax. But who cares, that one's a nice one. Right, speak to you soon. Well, welcome back, folks. I've just stopped for a bit of lunch at one of my favourite little stops just outside the town of Downpatrick. This was, let's have a look. There's a fella just down there fishing. I think the last time I went fishing, the only thing I caught was a bloody cold. But this was is part of my, well, is part of the route that I used to get myself fit and strong enough again to ride the bike. For, like I was saying in one of my previous videos, had a wee 900 before this big girl, and all I could manage was 40 minutes at a time, and from my home across the ferry through Downpatrick here and then up the other side of the peninsula was one of my favourite routes to go. And just 5 months of that put me in good stead for getting back onto the big girls. So I am thankful for that, for sure. Right, let's get back on the road, and last stop will be the lovely little ferry port of Stratford, and then that'll be, I'll call that a day for the video, I think, folks. For it's been a hell of a day's ride out. I went a lot longer and a lot further than I thought it was going to go. So sit back and enjoy the scenery. Next stop, Stratford. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last stop of the day. Stratford. It's a village. It's not a town, it's a village. Stratford village. Last stop at the bottom of the Arth Peninsula before you hit the RAC. Directly opposite from Portaferry, which I saw you took you up to the Windmill Hill in a previous video, would you believe? So there we go. Folks, I hope you enjoyed your day out with me and the big girl here. It was indeed an absolutely lovely ride out. And what better way to finish it than a nice sunny day into the beautiful village of Stratford just before we hit the ferry for the other side. So there's not much more I can say about that. Great weather, great scenery, great bike, and great company from yourselves. But like I always say, folks, there's no point asking me, for I'm just a buggered old bloke on a bike. And until next time, stay safe. Ooh, timed up just right. Stay safe, and we will see you on the next one. Come on, let me on, let me on, let me on, let me on. Yes! Would you look at that? I would nearly say I timed that to perfection. Right, folks. In fact, just before I switch off, folks, I'll give you a bit of an intro into Stratford itself. This is the main port for the ferries to run between Portaferry and Stratford. And when they're not in operation, one of the ferries is kept on this side for and one breaks down, there's always a spare. But again, an absolutely cracking wee village, well kept, lovely folk, and a great port for the tourists. Right, all the best, and we'll see you soon.